Okay, so you're not quite going to believe this, but I woke up this morning and I had this British accent, and I was like thinking my thoughts in my head in British, and then I was like, well, is this really happening? Or if when I talk, is it going to, are other people going to hear me like this? So I was like, I went down outside of my flat, which I used to call a room, but now I'm calling it a flat. It's weird. And I started talking to my mom and she said, yeah, like I could definitely hear myself talking, and I was talking like this. So I don't know if it's some sort of, I didn't know if it was some sort of like rub off from watching too much Rose and Rosie, because I was watching like loads of Rose and Rosie yesterday, loads of it, and I couldn't stop, and they're so cute and so hilarious. And so then I was like, I went to my doctor, which is me, by the way, and it's just a bit of transcendental, you know, like English, kind of like, you know, when thoughts go out in the air, like an idea or something, and it kind of like lands, and somebody has it first, but then it like spreads and everybody knows about it, and it becomes like this huge thing. Well, it's one of those things, and it will pass or something, and that's what the doctor said, and that's, well, when I was the doctor, that's what the doctor said. And so, yeah, so I just got on about my day and decided to just ignore all that. And so I've been working on these coasters, and I decided that it would be a little bit weird if I just made coasters that were out of beer boxes, because then if I had somebody over that were like alcoholic, and then they looked at the boxes and then it made them want a drink or something, and they had a relapse, and I would be like, oh my god, that's my fault, they had a relapse, and I would feel so terrible about it. So I was just like, okay, so maybe I will make half beer boxes coasters, and then half like gaming coasters or iconic figures or something like that, so that people wouldn't be offended. And then I started thinking, like, well, people aren't offended by food either. And then I started thinking about, like, you know, things people like to look at, and then I was thinking of boobs and other things, and then I was like, well, no, I just can't have that laying around my living room. People think I'm crazy, addicted to like porn or something. Crazy. Anyway, so then I decided that I didn't want them to be food or anything, because I'm so artistic that they would immediately think I was an excellent cook, and then they would want me to cook for them all the time. So I decided immediately against that decision, thank God. The sun is like a million miles away, and of course it's right in my eyeball right now. Do you see that? It's ridiculous. Okay, so instead of going with that, I started to do a little bit of beer boxes and then iconic like game things. So here's a couple of them I've done so far. I did the PS4 because that's the game system that I prefer the most. I don't like the Xbox. I mean, nothing against people who play the Xbox or whatever, but I did get the GameCube, which I'm highly addicted to. It's very dangerous. I highly suggest that if you have not had Game Fuel, that you do not try it, because you will instantly be addicted to it. It's so good. It tastes like liquid candy. And so then I decided on some other things, like this turtle here, you know, that gets bobbed on the head a lot by Mario Racing, and then there's a Batman and a Star Wars one and Destiny, because I love to play that game. It's so fun. And then Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie, which is just like a combo 2 for 1. Like, oh my god. And then, of course, Zelda has to be in there somewhere. So I've got a mix of things going on. I want to know what you think about it. And if there's something I'm leaving out, I feel like there's something I'm leaving out. So if you could just let me know what that would be, I would be much appreciative. Love you.